Hey folks, Thursday, March 5th, and we're here in the high tunnel. And as you saw, we had our first delivery of soil from Dirtcraft Organics Living Soil. And as you can see, they're in big yard tote bags. Now, I was able to break down the pile, kind of spread it out a little bit with the tractor, but I think what I'm going to try now is I'm actually going to try to get the bags inside the high tunnel. Not because it's going to rain, but if it does rain, I'd like to be able to continue working in here. I'm doing other stuff with the tractor too, so if I could get this in here, out of sight, out of mind, I could continue with the other project. So let's see how this goes. Well, I wasn't really sure how that was going to go, but, I'll take that as a win. It's in the high tunnel. It's actually in a low spot. I'm pretty sure I could get a couple more in here. So, I'm not going to bore you with all the back and forths, but I'm going to keep on working. Alright, I'm having issues with my phone and camera, but hopefully that worked. Because I don't think I could have planned that any better, really. It just goes to show you, one of our philosophies around here are use what you got, start where you're at. And that was definitely using what I got, because it's the old Ford and myself. Didn't have to borrow a boom pole. Didn't have to borrow into somebody else's tractor or Mini X. I was able to use a couple chains. This one here. This one here. Undid the stack. Move bags around. Push them in with the box blade. All right. Well, we're still on baby watch. Still working on the high tunnel. The other thing I'm working on, I'll show you right now. So, when we talk about our food ministry, we're serious. It's really heavy on our heart to make sure that people in this area are getting real food, locally grown, fresh, nutrient-dense food. And that's our goal. Now, one of the things that we were gifted right after the Helene storm was a greenhouse. Now, that's what I'm working on here. So I was going to put it up down at the lavender. That failed epically. And I'm glad it failed, because you know what? Now that we have our high tunnel, I took the tractor and I leveled out some ground here, right here on the knoll. Leveled that out. We're going to finish staking this in. We're going to build it, and we're going to go, getting our starts in the greenhouse, coming out the door, taking them and planting them in the high tunnel. I mean, convenience and I don't want to say economic's not the right word, but I mean, that workflow is fantastic. One thing we're going to do, we got power. We're going to have power in here. We're going to take water from our well, pump that into here, but we're also going to be having more totes on that side of the chicken coop. So we're going to be taking rainwater from the chicken coop into 2 big totes to fill up to be able to pump and water our garden with. The fall, that's another experiment that we're going to be doing, because not only do we need veggies, we need fruits, we need herbs, we need other things. So back here in this area is where we're going to be planting some fruit trees. We're going to have strawberries in there. We're going to take our blueberries from here, move them out there. Over here, we're going to take some of our lavender, I think, put that in here. We're going to get some comfrey, put that in here. And this whole thing is going to be, ready for it? Ken's Garden of Zen. So, looking forward to what the rest of this year is going to bring us and the different construction that we're doing. We're going to fence this whole thing in electric fencing, because we want it hot so the cats don't get in there, because no vegetables with cat stuff on it. We ain't doing that. But please keep us in your prayers. Hit that like button. Share it if you want. Subscribe if you want. But this is what we're doing. This is how the Lord's leading us. If you like us, great. But this is what we're doing. Y'all take care now. God bless. But wait, there's more. So we decided to build the greenhouse and take a time lapse of it. So as you're watching the time lapse of the greenhouse build, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about us. We are Mountainside Homestead Ministries. We are a 508c1a nonprofit ministry here in Madison County. And it's all about faith, family, food, and fundamental living. We are a Christ-centered ministry with weekly Bible studies, live online here on YouTube, and in person. We seek to provide fresh, real, sustainable food for real people in the county. We host hands-on education in sustainable living and workshops throughout the year. We also offer affordable housing for people who want to be part of this homestead ministry and assist alongside us within the greater community. Some of our goals for 2026 is find people who are interested in homesteading and want to live here for a year or more, or are interested in buying a cabin and land. This will include hands-on training on all aspects of homestead life. You're watching another goal, we finished the small greenhouse and the build of the 48 by 16 hind tunnel. And this is all to grow vegetables to provide fresh produce to the community and promote food security. We want to provide education and workshops on raising a variety of animals from birth or hatch to harvest. Provide classes on how to successfully grow microgreens and other crops. Ferments, canning, cooking, education, so you know how to use what you grow. And show how to raise dairy sheep and use the raw milk for cheese, kefir, yogurt, and other dairy products. You know, we believe in eating what you grow or as locally grown as possible, avoiding processed foods, supporting local farmers, and teaching others the importance of growing food and food security. Since we are a small yet growing ministry, we do not have the distribution channels or capabilities that some already have established here in Madison County. So we are reaching out to other food distribution ministries and organizations with the intent to provide something of a CSA box or bag to add to their distribution. We will grow better than organic produce, and it will be nutrient dense and locally grown. Currently, we have 3 warm weather beds planned, 2 with basic salad mix, tomatoes, and peppers. The 3rd bed will be cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. All are being planned to have perpetual harvest. More are planned for the fall. Naturally, a small percentage will go to education and the Mountainside Homestead Ministry community, but the majority will be for distribution to Madison County. Our homestead will also have things available such as eggs, chicken, meat, lamb meat, raw milk, available through our private membership association. So if you are an individual, church, or group that might consider helping this local ministry in Western North Carolina and have questions, please let us know. We are a grassroots mom and pop ministry who are working to be His hands and feet to those in this community, town, county, and beyond. We are here locally helping folks with food, housing, and missionary opportunities. Well, I hope you enjoyed this build and hope you enjoyed hearing more about us and knowing more of who we are. God bless, take care, and enjoy the rest of this video.